Good morning, guys. So welcome. I'm Catherine, and this is Little Bits of Heaven Homestead. So for those of you who have just joined along, because I've had quite a few new subs, welcome. So I am a modern day homesteader. Been at this about 7 years as far as the official homestead goes, and what I consider my official homestead was for probably 13 years now. But I realized at some point in my life, I woke up and had this epiphany that I didn't really have all that many real world skills. And so this has been my journey on skill building and really building myself and growing myself as a human. So I don't know. Yeah, I've got a couple of people on here live. If you guys could comment if my audio sounds okay. I am wearing a mic today. I always have mixed emotions about however my audio comes out. And then I'm also hoping that I can get comments, because this is only like my second time going live since I've been able to do this again. So I'm hoping, let's see, okay, I think I can comment. So, good morning, Mary. Oh, you just make my day. So I don't really have any lessons to share with you today per se, but I just wanted to chat. And that's something I used to do when I was on Dirt Patch Heaven a lot. Oh, I notice every time I touch my tray here that it makes my camera shake. So, but we used to have just sit and chat with each other, and I definitely miss that. So today I am starting seeds, and I figured while I'm sitting here sticking dirt in pots and then corresponding seeds in those said pots, which are all from my friend Mary. She's just my absolute favorite seed source. I do have an affiliate link for her in the description wherever that falls. I think it's below. Good morning. Oh, it's so good to see you. I love it when Mike joins. So, okay, so today I just wanted to share with you, and it was also the topic of my newspaper column for this week, and so I'm going to do kind of a spoiler alert for any of you guys who watch my videos and also read my column. It's something that's been way to standing here talking. So this is my seed starting tray. I keep all my dirt in here, and I need to get it moist if I don't spray all over myself. But I live in the mountains of southwest New Mexico, and one of the blessings, hold on here. Let me do that so I don't have competing noises. But one of the blessings of living in the mountains is I get to drive through the mountains every day. And it's just this beautiful journey. Damn, it's really bothering me that I'm moving my camera as I do that. Sorry, guys. You're just gonna have to bear with me. Shakiness and all, that's my reality. So I get this beautiful journey through the mountains because I live out about half an hour outside of town, so it's all open ranch land. And then we drive through the pass in order to get into town. When it's snowy, it's a little, it can get treacherous at times. It's not necessarily dangerous. I live in an area that when it snows, it usually melts off by that same afternoon, so you get all the beauty and wonder of it, but then it's gone, so you don't have to deal with the hassle. But something that I enjoy year round is being able to drive through the fog. And it is rare that I drive through the fog that I don't reflect on the verse from James that says, "What is your life? You are mist that appears for a little while and then is gone. It vanishes." And that, I don't know how to feel about that. I reflect on it a lot, especially because I get to live in the clouds. I mean, it's a very enchanting type experience to be able to walk out and stand in the middle of the midst, because it looks so physical. It looks real. It looks like you could touch it, like you could hold it, like you could put it in a jar and bottle it forever, and yet it's not. It's almost like an optical illusion. It's there, it's real, and yet it's not physical. And so I reflect on that and put it in context of my own life. And then I also think, if I were to define mist, what is it? Like, it is a physical thing. It's water and it's air. Both of those things are extremely dependent for life. In the absence of both those elements, life ceases to exist. And mist, when I think of it, I think gentle, like ethereal, like it's light and beautiful and just, it's here and then it burns off in the sunlight. And had you not been able to stand there and witness its beauty, you may have not ever known it existed. And then I think on the flip side of mist, my definition of mist, and yet it could still be defined in the same context because it is air and water and environmental forces, But concentrated and pressurized, that same mist becomes a force of destruction. And in my mind, I think of things like tornadoes and hurricanes, and those are not forces that I deal with. But we do have torrential rains. We get our monsoons. Being in the desert Southwest, we are extremely dependent on that. And it's almost a feast or famine scenario. We are either dry and you can see the rainstorm like literally like across the street, and it's pouring in buckets. And so it's a very black and white occurrence. And yet the most regenerative rain, the regenerative, really earth-soaking, beneficial to the inhabitants that occupy that land, is that gentle, slow soaking rain. And so there's all these different variables. Environment comes into play heavily, and those external factors, because mist left to itself would probably just burn off and be gone, but concentrated can leave an impact. And so reflecting on our own lives, we have the ability to choose. That is something that nature doesn't have. Nature is what nature is, and nature does what nature does, but we have free will. We have choice. We have the ability to reason and make rational choices, and or at least hopefully be rational about things. We're very emotional creatures, which operates totally outside and contrary to logic at times. But we have the ability to choose how we funnel and how we impact and what we do with our personal mist in our lives. So this week, Homestead update, I had tons of baby goats. And I know I shared a video with you guys on training a bottle baby goat. That bottle baby, her mom did not make it. And that didn't surprise me. It's very hand in hand with life. They say when you have livestock, you have deadstock. When you get into homesteading, you get very familiar and very comfortable with death. The part of raising meat, it requires death and sacrifice in order to harvest meat. Sometimes death is unexpected and you don't get to utilize the resource, and it is a loss and it is sad. Like mist, I mean, it's all a part of life. And so what I did with my bottle baby goat, I chose to make an impact. And I have a good friend who has also impacted my journey. And this is something I've noticed about homesteading, is it's all about community. And we do have an impact on each other, guys. And that is so important to keep in mind, that we touch one another's lives, and we shape, we carve, we mold one another. And so if you keep that in mind and you're conscientious about it, you can choose your impact. So a friend of mine who has been very supportive of our homesteading journey, and I've noticed in this journey that we kind of waver in between being experts and being novices. And we need each other's help and support, because we can't all do it all and know it all and be it all. And so if we can encourage and support and really, what's the word I'm looking for? Empower one another, we as a community are so much better off, so much better off. So a friend of mine who has had a huge impact on my homesteading journey, her daughter, who's my daughter's age, my oldest daughter, has recently moved out, starting her own adult life, and is following in the footsteps of her family and also working on a homestead of her own. And so she's got some chickens and a little baby potbelly pig, and she really wanted to add bottle baby goats to her homestead. And so I was honored to be able to help contribute to a new young homestead that's just getting off, and I'm elated that she is able to learn these skills herself, because there's something different about doing things on your own versus being a child in your parents' home. So this is her journey, and that is really exciting to be a part of that. So what am I sticking in? I have Russian red ragged jack kale. I love kale. It is like bomb proof. I say that all the time, but literally I'm pretty sure an atomic bomb could go off right over the top of kale and it would thrive. So one of my favorites. I do have some out in my greenhouse, or greenhouse this way, and then I do have some out in my garden. I'm all about abundance, because I found that if I just plant one and I'm dependent on one will die. If I plant 100, chances are good 100 will survive, but if I plant 5, it may be a struggle. So Mary says, oh, and your radish seeds for C are on the way. Oh my goodness, thank you, Mary. So because we are keto, I no longer eat potatoes, and my daughter C, she loves potato soup. So I've been doing a lot of faux potato soup, and radishes make a fantastic replacement for potatoes. You wouldn't even know the difference. If I didn't tell C that they weren't potatoes, she wouldn't know. So tips and tricks if you are looking to cut down on starches in your life, and that's one way you can do it, is grow radishes instead of potatoes. Oh, thank you, Mary. I adore you. So all about community, guys. Look, right there in action. And another community member, Joseph, who has been following my channel from the get-go. You guys, I have no way to express how much I appreciate you. But he just sent me this. Mary is also growing some. If you follow Mary, her Facebook page is Sunshine Homestead. She's here on YouTube under Mary's Heirloom Seeds, but she's also been growing these. My dirty fingers. Look at these beans. Holy cow. I believe that Mary researched these, and I think that they are red sword beans. So Joseph posted pictures. Jim, you made me. So yeah, giant beans, and giant beans is no understatement. So the beans themselves you saw are like this. Joseph had posted pictures of the pods, and they're probably bigger than my arm. I am so excited. I'm half tempted to start seeds now because I've been watching Mary growing hers. Realistically, I need to wait at least another month before I do it, because if I do it, they're going to be ready to go out in the garden, and my garden won't be ready because we have a chance of frost until middle of May, usually. It's been a weird couple of years, and the weather hasn't been behaving like it typically does, so that's kind of thrown me for a loop as far as planting. But you just roll with the punches. You plant what you can, what lives, lives, what doesn't. You just keep on going. So I've got my little kale seeds in there, and I'm just going to put a light coating. With seeds, you typically don't want to bury them too much deeper than the seed it is themselves. I think the rule of thumb is like an inch, 1.5 to 2 times the diameter of the seed. So these are teeny tiny seeds, so I'm just going to put a small layer right on top. And what I like to do when I poke the hole, so that it ensures capillary connection, is I pack the hole so that the dirt is nice and compact around there. Because if you don't get good contact in your seed sprout, and there's all this air around them, they will die. So I told you guys I wasn't going to teach you anything. I was just a liar right there. So I was just going to talk about life and being a mist and my reflections on that, and how yeah, so mist, that's totally up to your interpretation of it, and totally up to you on what you choose to do with your mist and your walk. You can use it as a force of destruction. That's always an option. I mean, you can go in there and just level the slate of your life, wipe it clean, and start back over. That's always an option. You can go in there and be gentle and kind and just lightly mist your life and hope for growth. You can be somewhere in between. You choose your impact on how you impact others. So we're not talking just about self here, because we don't operate in a bubble. Mist is not alone. It is millions and millions of particles of water droplets connected together. So whether it's having a light impact or a heavy impact, it's a connection. So, and that's us, guys. That is us. So anyways, I am probably done playing in the dirt for right now. I have water going in my garden, and water is a short and precious commodity in here. So that's something I try to not let it run beyond what it needs to run. I hope you guys got something of value out of this. I hope you enjoyed your time with me. I appreciate you guys joining. I'm actually surprised that I have as many on here as I do. Welcome, guys. So if you guys enjoyed this format, I would like to do this more often with you, because I totally miss chatting. So leave a message down below letting me know whether you appreciate this. And then also I have a whole jam-packed calendar full of skills and things to share. And my next video is going to be outside showing you guys cute bouncy baby goats. So, oh, Kathleen's here. Yay. So I love you guys. Thanks for joining me. So I will talk to you soon. Bye.